So, Big Sam Allardyce is back in business. So, Leeds have appointed Sam Allardyce on an interim managerial appointment until the end of the season, and if he manages to keep them up, he will keep the job, possibly. Sam Allardyce has a massive 4 weeks ahead of him. He has 4 weeks to possibly save Leeds United from relegation, and I think with his managerial experience, he said he was better than Klopp and Pep. So with his managerial experience, he should keep him up. Yeah, said he was better than Klopp and Pep. Said he had more experience than Jurgen Klopp, who's been at Liverpool nearly 8 years, and Pep Guardiola, who's been at Man City for nearly 10 years. Bit of a stretch to say you're better than a one-time Champions League winner at Liverpool and someone who's won nearly 5 to 6 Premier League titles at Man City. It's a bit of a stretch to say you're better than Jurgen Klopp, a manager who's won, I'd say, 13 trophies while he's been at Liverpool, and Pep Guardiola, who's won 5, 6 Premier Leagues, and Sam Allardyce is apparently better than both of them. Yeah, it's going to be a big job for Sam Allardyce to be able to keep Leeds United up, and if he does, I think he will keep the job. But yeah, it depends how serious he is about keeping Leeds up, because with his managerial experience, it's not like Pep and Klopp. It's more like Claudio Ranieri. Like, he doesn't last a second at any of his jobs. I mean, he did alright when he was at Everton, but not great. I mean, yeah. If you compare him to Pep and Klopp, between Pep Guardiola and Jurgen Klopp, they've won at least 20 trophies together, maybe even more. Sam Allardyce is going to have a massive job to keep Leeds up this season, and if he does, I'll be surprised, because honestly, if Leeds want to stay up, why have they appointed Sam Allardyce? Jesse Marsh, who sort of did alright at Leeds, was sacked earlier on this season, and yeah, it's fair to say Jesse Marsh didn't do too well in the Leeds United job. Sam Allardyce is now their manager, so, you know, he barely lasts a minute at any of his jobs, so it's very unlikely that he's going to last a full season at Leeds. He could last even less. I mean, let's take a look at his managerial past. He's managed Everton, didn't do great there. He's managed West Ham twice. He's managed England for a year. He's just like a Claudio Ranieri. He's not even Graham Potter standard. Like, if we're talking about managers, if you want to survive a relegation fight, don't be appointing Sam Allardyce, because he is not a great manager. And when I say that, he is not a great manager at all. Because let's take a look at his managerial past. Again, Everton didn't do too well there. I've repeated this more than enough times. Sam Allardyce, if he does manage to keep Leeds up, will be a miracle. Because that team right now, with Sinistera, Agnonto, Sinistera and Agnonto are the only actual players that perform. I can't remember the last time Bamford scored. He's not scored in absolutely ages. And, when he first started in the Premier League, first season in the Premier League, he was on fire. He was hitting the target. And, he was just playing really well. But now, he doesn't play for them anymore. And it's like he's just moved to a different club without people knowing. He hasn't. But it's like he has, because when he plays for them, no one notices anyway. No one notices. He's not a brilliant footballer anymore. And I think everybody knows that. Because he's just not a great footballer. He just is not a brilliant footballer. And he has the experience. Who am I talking about? Sam Allardyce. No, Bamford. He has the experience, Bamford, but he just isn't a good player. And what Sam Allardyce is going to do with that is he's not going to have enough time to get all the tactics ready for this weekend. I don't even know who they play this weekend. But he's not going to have enough time to get every player trained up. It's not going to be easy, is it really? Let's be honest. But yeah, I think as their manager, he could do alright, because the job he's doing isn't the most easiest job in the world, is it? Let's be quite honest here. Isn't the most easiest job in the world. It's not. Because his managerial past just goes to show that he's managed more than enough jobs in his whole career. He's managed England for a year. He's done way too many jobs for me to count, really. And he's like a Premier League icon, but not, if you know what I mean. That made no sense, but yeah. Anyway, Sam Allardyce is back in the Premier League, back at a new job. He's at Leeds United. Will he keep them up? That is the question that everyone's asking. Maybe not, but he could do. Yeah, Sam Allardyce, he is back at Leeds, but will he be back for good? Nobody knows.